Welcome back, Thrivers, to this week's episode where I get the real layout of the land and start mapping.
My mission on this earth is to connect you to the magic of nature, to thrive physically and globally, to bring the principles of the rainforest into your everyday life.
Join me on this journey as I interview changemakers around the world and experiment with permaculture, syntropic agroforestry, and so much more.
Hi, my name's Helly Weatherburn, and welcome to Thriving with Nature.
Click subscribe to join the adventures each week.
Hey Thrivers, I am back. Welcome to this week's episode. I am walking to the land. It's only a kilometre away from my little cabin, and today is the beginning of mapping. So, I've had the land for a bit of a while. I've been busy trying to do lots of things, and it's been so hard for me to just not go and build a garden and put the compost and all this kind of stuff here. Part of permaculture is you spend the time designing your whole system, because there's many different components. You have to think about the different, so if you want chickens, what is their input, their output, bees, a pond with fish. These are all the things that I would love to have. Obviously veggie gardens, maybe some fruit forests area, and herbs and all that kind of stuff. And you have to think about how each thing interlinks. You kind of want to know that the output of one serves the input of another. And so the whole system builds on itself rather than an input needing to come from somewhere else. So a good example is, I love the idea of the black soldier fly compost, because black soldier flies, they lay their eggs in a compost, and then you can get these the little cocoony maggoty things end up crawling out of the compost. And you can do a special design, I'll see if I can find some footage, where they climb up out and then they land in this trough, and that trough is there for the chickens. So you can imagine you create this compost where you're just putting in food scraps and waste. Soldier flies are being made, the little maggots climb out, and there's just automatic feed for chickens. Like, how cool is that idea and system? So, the bees will help the flowers. You want to make sure there's lots of flowers in your garden that's helping the bees, and you're making your own honey. So it's all those kind of things. And so I haven't had time for a long time to go and map, but I finally have the tools. I went and bought myself a big 100-meter long measuring tape. I was waiting for someone to come up, but this is my new person. I think we'll call him Steve the Stick. So Steve is going to help me do the mapping by holding the other end of the tape, and I'm going to start mapping out where trees are, according to everything, because I haven't cut down anything. Again, that's another thing. As a human, I just want to clear it all and start. But there's what have I got here? What's already in the system? What's already working? Before I go and cut anything down. And so, today is mapping and measuring. So that's where we're off to. And I'm about to climb a hill, and you don't want to watch someone puffing. Let's head to the land. All right, we're here at the land. And I've always pictured starting up this back corner. And so we're going to get set up. I'm going to show you a book that I think is a great, if you want thinking of doing permaculture. And it's a really practical way. There's obviously learning all the principles and the ideas and concepts of permaculture, but having a practical guide to get you set up. I'm following it and I'm loving it. So I'll show you that in a minute. I love this tree. One of the reasons why I got this land is this beautiful tree. Unfortunately, there's some termites I've just knocked out their hole, but hopefully that protects the tree. Anyway, there is this book. That's just full. So we've got the tape measure. This goes to 100 meters. I got it a 100 meter one because when I do get the bigger part of the land, I'll probably need it. So very excited about that. But what I wanted to show you is this book. A Permaculture Design by Aranya. And it's a step-by-step guide. And I've already read through the first part, and now part 2 is like the design process. And the first part is surveying the site. Look, it's even got one of the thingies. So it's about like creating, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to find a measuring point and start measuring distances between trees so I can start to create a realistic map of everything. So like if we have a look around here, you know, so we've got this beautiful lie down tree, like I want to know how long that is. And from the top, this is the northwest corner. So from here I want to measure, you know, all the way down. Where is this cacao tree, this coffee? I just want to know where all my different plants are, the measurements, so I can start to plan. I know I want beds and things down here, but I also I'm thinking I want a pond here. You can sit on here and look at the pond. I think the bees are going to go down there somewhere. A nursery, compost, chickens, all that kind of stuff. I've been thinking and talking about it for a long time. Now with Steve the stick and I, we're going to go and measure this place. Let's do it. So I'm going to, that's put down. Let's get some paper. I'm going to do some rough sketches. All right. First thing I want to do is measure how long this fence is. Let's have a look. All right, so what I just realized, so there's the tape. It's 24.5 meters from the north to the driveway on the west side fence. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mark a line where each thing is, like coffee tree, just so I can start to get the measurements along there. So this coffee tree is 1.9. Just going to approximate, so 1.9, and then at 2.4 is a snake. This is just in the 86 is a snake. And then we've got this coffee tree, which is very obviously at 4.59. And then just in front of that at 4.7, I have to measure this line. Then there's like a 5.35. The tree's there, so right a line. I reckon it's like vertical down. I reckon it's at 9. I actually think it's about 9.3. Coffee. All right, okay, so I got the tape. I need to go down the north line now. So let's do that. I've just put the tape down, and I want to show you, this is going to be good because I can measure, because down there's some terraces, and now I can sort of measure out how many there are and what they are. I don't know where my pen's gone. Oh dear. Let's start down this end actually. So this whole end is 32 meters, 32.2 to be exact, according to this tape. But you'll see, actually I don't know if you can notice it, we're starting to go downhill. And then in a moment, it starts to terrace. So you can start to see here, it drops down and there's sort of a terrace line. There's the terrace line. And there, it's hard to see in here, but like this is a big drop. So like, yeah, there, that is a terrace. And then this is a big one. So you can see that's a terrace line. So it goes like this. So I'm going to measure what those terrace lines are. This is the northeast corner. Let's get some measuring done.
It's time for a well-earned break. I'm just going to go and grab some water from the water that comes onto my land. This water comes directly piped from a spring in the rainforest, which is absolutely delicious. As you can see here, the water is crystal clear and it tastes divine. It's a lot of detailed work. I've got a lot of land to do this mapping on, but to start with today, so I've basically done just a tiny corner. I've done the whole north line. Roughly, I kind of did it wrong because I went backwards and then there was a gap, and anyway, lesson learned. And I've done this west side to the driveway. But what I've decided to do is I'm going to just do this area here. So that's the north side, and there's this sort of top corner here with the coconut tree, and that's the northwest corner, and that's the line that I did this morning. So I want to measure out all the trees and things for, I don't know, maybe for the top, so that goes to 5 meters, maybe 10 meters that way. And let me just think, that's the bananas are there. Yeah, I might just do to the 10 meters. Might do a 10 by 10 meter square. I think I might just start with that. Unless, because that's 32 meters down there. If I did 15 meters by 15, that would be a big, good top corner. Let's see how I go. Break on the coconut tree, watching the clouds go by. I want to show you, I've just drawn a real rough picture, very picture. So this is the north line, so if I write north, that's the corner, and this is Steve the Steak, who is just over there where you can see that tape is on. And so I've just penciled out, like, there's a coffee there, snake, cacao, snake, coffee, there's snake fruit, chocolate, chili, sorry, that's cacao. There's the coconut tree. So I've just sort of drawn what I can see so far. And now what I'm going to do is I want to measure from here to here, here to here, here to here,
And then I'm going to swap and then do the same, here to here, here to here, here to here. Let's do it. Sometimes you've just got to stop and really enjoy nature. Check out this beautiful butterfly. She was so cute. I followed her around for a little while she played on my measuring tape. So you can see I've got like a cross reference of those 2 points. And so I'll sit down later and start to really draw out a bit more of a solid plan. And I think the goal is to do the 15 by 15 here. Then I can do that down that half. And then, you know, bit by bit, I'll get to map out this area. But yeah, it's lots of fun. It takes time though. But I envisage like a pond just here, I think, and this will be where some water storage is, because this is sort of the highest corner of the whole property. And so if the water is stored up at the top, then, you know, it should flow quite easily down to the rest of it. But anyway, thanks for joining me for this week's episode. For those of you who, thank you for watching it this far. I am on a journey to build not only my home, but it's like a permaculture farm. I go into syntropic agroforestry, Anastasia, the Kin's domain, all that kind of stuff. So feel free to hit subscribe and the notification bell and join me for next week, where there'll be some more exciting things to do. All right, see you later. Have a great day. Bye. Stay tuned for a very special episode next week where we climb a rainforest covered mountain, Batukaro.